Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game. But he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
There's the shot! Marvellous goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now it's Kukçu. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, important interception. Batistuta wins the duel this time. He's in space and looking for options. He rises!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Now it's Rafinha. Rafinha is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Batistuta.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
And it's Kukçu.
Arsenal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Alexander-Arnold. Park Ji-sung. Park Ji-sung! That is decidedly lacking.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Played out towards the right wing. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And Batistuta! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Arsenal really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Climbs up big! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Now it's Isak. Kukçu. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Messi. That pass has been well intercepted. Messi. Yamal. De Jong. And Azar. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Isak dominates aerially so often. And it's Messi. Short changes him with that pass. Kukçu. Threads one in. Van der Ven spots it and intercepts. Oh, they could break here. That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Azar. Camavinga. And it's De Jong. Knocks it into space. So what can they make of this? He's beaten the... Vieira! A wonderful effort all by himself.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And here's Batistuta, and this is Park Ji-sung. Crosses it in here. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Well, they've got it again. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And he's intervened well there. Hazard. Good ball, good take. It's come backwards here. De Jong.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Isak quietly revving up. Dink through. Cleared away. It's gone out for a throw-in. And it's Alexander-Arnold. And this is Park Ji-sung.
That's good play from him.
Park Ji-sung couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
Kuk-chu showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Isak.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Pass somewhat off target. He's going for goal! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Rafinha. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple.
Number 15 coming on the field is...
So off we go once more.
19,
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean...
He's got tall! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Batistuta is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Tries to pass it through. Picked out brilliantly. Arsenal claiming a corner, and the referee concurs.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. And now a sudden chance to counter. Can he get it through? And this is Messi. He's through, now is he in? It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Hazard. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Yamal, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
Rafinha. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Park Ji-sung. It's Park Ji-sung. Alexander-Arnold. Park Ji-sung.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Park Ji-sung is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Well, that has not gone well. Messi. And the pass is intercepted. And that is as far as they're going to go. Oh, we expected better, and so did he.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Kirkchu. Shot. Can he finish? Just about up to 75 minutes. Park Ji-sung really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Great vision. Great ball, and he's in here. He is through here.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Opts to play it. He's tried one! And the lead stays intact, just.
Well, I think that look says it all, Peter. Brilliant save from the keeper. He read the situation superbly.
Arsenal have their third corner. Terrific header! And that could have brought them level.
Mbappe absolutely knew he could ill afford to miss that.
Olise. Alexander-Arnold. Olise is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Ødegaard. Mbappe! Oh, that's well spotted.
Arsenal really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
That's a little off target. Nicely weighted ball. Camavinga. Now Van de Ven. Dani Olmo. Conte.
There will be 1 minute.
And it's Ødegaard. He can run onto that. Great chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Lofted upfield. And the referee brings it to a close. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running. Well, this formation was traditionally considered a bit defensive, but now very much back in vogue due to some pretty well-known proponents, Jim.
Yeah, the 3-5-2 has been used by some of the biggest and most successful teams around, Peter. You know, one of its key strengths is the fact that it's well suited to playing out from the back. And I think you'd have to have a look at the wing-backs in that manner, because they can get forward with ease. And you can create overloads because you're not going to get teams pressing defenders in 3s and 4s. So if you've got centre-backs too that are capable on the ball, this system is a great fit. Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much.
Rafinha! It's not an especially good pass, that.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Yeah, Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game. But he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
Terrific header! And again! Oh, it's come off the upright. Looking tidy in possession here.
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
McKennie. Not the most accurate pass. So it is still 0-0.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And here's Kokchu. Can he finish? Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Great defending, strong and determined. Has a shot! Oh, what has happened here? Yildiz. Now Kivior. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Kokchu. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Goes for the shot! Akun. Yildiz. Oh, well measured. Oh, that is a nice touch. There's the shot! Goal! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
That is a crunching tackle. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Plays the return pass. Played back. Kokchu. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Here's Haaland. And he shoots! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Haaland actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Arsenal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that has been knocked clear, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And now a sudden chance to counter. He's in a great position here. And the shot! Off the post!
Arsenal certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Vinicius Junior. Kivior gets flagged offside. Vardiol. Akun. Threads one in. Nicely weighted ball. Chance, surely! No mistake! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently, and he picked out the perfect target.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Now what about this cross? Rafinha. Vieira. And they win it back again. There's the whistle for half-time. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
A little lost today. Please look at the screen for information on how to find your way around this stadium.
So off we go once more.
I think it'll be approach here. They have to go.
Chance for a shot! Yes! And they are cruising away. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
3-0 and things are... He's having a shot! He was certain to score. It is an inexplicable miss.
Oh, it's a brilliant effort, you have to say that. He clearly wanted to do it in style.
Koundé. Ibanez. And Gvardiol. Kivior. Out to the left it goes.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Neuer claims it. Safe hands.
Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
That's an excellent interception. Vieira.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Cannavaro demonstrating his defensive quality there. And he's away. Shoots!
The attendance for this match.
It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Kivior. McKennie. He has found the way through. Kukcu.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
He shifted it to the flank. Plays a sharp little ball here. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Pass somewhat off target. Yildiz. Yildiz has found the net here, of course. And it's Erdegaard. This might spell... Can he finish? He's scored! A fine way to mark his 50th game in these colours. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Arsenal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Coming on the field,
So is this the start of a comeback?
number 19, Hernandez.
And this is Batistuta. Arsenal perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. He's beaten the last man. Real chance! It's a goal! And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Arsenal get themselves back into contention.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Arsenal have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Kukcu. Kukcu really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
And back to the keeper. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Kivior. And it's Koundé. And here's Olise. Oh, that's delightful. Olise proves just a little bit too strong.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And here's Haaland. And here's Guardiola. This could be their final throw of the dice.
Substitution on the field.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
McKennie coming on the field.
And now they can spring out of defence.
Number 24, Onana.
There will be 4 extra minutes.
Added minutes has been
Haaland.
indicated.
Koundé. That's a nicely shaped ball. And he's taking no chances there. Vieira. Here's Haaland. It's a promising position, and he lines up. He rises! And that is it. The equaliser just wouldn't come. It is over. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And we're underway.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Yeah, Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game. But he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Vieira getting this one clear. Odegaard. Arsenal are looking to break at pace. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Looking to play him in. He shifted it to the flank. In towards the... Oh, smashing header! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Now it's Isak. Kirkchu
Might want to be careful there.
and they've got a throw. Camavinga. Well, that has not gone well. And that's another throw. Kirkchu. And the shot! Brilliant save from Donnarumma! Oh, split-second reaction.
Kukçu is offering a right smile there.
Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. And here's Isak. Now this could be a chance. Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. Still goalless. Odegaard. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Great ball, and he's in here. Marquinhos gets it clear. Vieira. Marquinhos is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Barcelona applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course the returns can be terrific. Alexander-Arnold. That's Cannavaro. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Now that looks a decent ball. Kukçu receives it in a good position here. Oh, that's well spotted. Rafinha. Odegaard. Can he get on the end of this? Chance! Goal! Arsenal! So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Closing in on goal. Real chance!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Ødegaard. And here's Batistuta. Ødegaard. Arsenal have it back. Kachu! They want to be quick to recover this. And it's Ødegaard. "1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. He's had it taken off him. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. He's gone for goal! Kokchu! That is sensational! He's got himself an absolute peach. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Arsenal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Xavi Simons. Ødegaard. So what can they make of this? Van Nistelrooy. No, that's been intercepted. Ødegaard. And the referee brings the first half to a close. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Arsenal really did kick on after getting that first goal. Could they have gone another one and killed the game off completely? Possibly. But as long as they can keep up the intensity, maintain the purpose levels, I think they'll get another chance soon enough.
Arsenal ahead 2-0, and they are looking good. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. Batistuta. Cannavaro, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Ødegaard. And it's Simons. It's a pretty loose pass. Camavinga. And here's Isak. Knocks it out wide. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vieira. Xavi Alonso. Alexander-Arnold. Cannavaro. Xavi Simons. And it's been given away. Oh, that... He's tried one! And for a moment, time stood still.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Xavi Alonso. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Early stages of the second half, and still two between them. Now it's Lewandowski. Good read, needed to be. Camavinga. Kukcu. And it's Cannavaro. And Alexander-Arnold. And he's forced to go back. Ødegaard. Almost an hour gone. Not the most accurate pass. Odegaard. Alexander-Arnold. Xavi Alonso. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Here's Cannavaro. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Van Dijk. And Marquinhos. Odegaard. Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Marquinhos. Backward it goes. And Van Nistelrooy! They've scored! Back to within one. Interesting. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Barcelona get themselves back into contention.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
So 2-1 now, and things have got a whole lot more enthralling here.
Yeah, this is a real psychological test now that will tell us whether one side buckles and the other kicks on.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Isak picks it up out wide. Swept in. Nice interception, well timed. Xavi Simons. Odegaard. Threads one in. Good ball over the top. And they're quick to get it back. And it's Cannavaro. For Xavi Alonso. Cannavaro. Van Dijk. Opts for safety. Marquinhos has created one goal already. Odegaard. And he's managed to get free.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Vieira. It's Camavinga. Kukçu. And it's Kukçu. Camavinga. Arsenal moment, and he has been fouled there. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 21 será sustituido por el dorsal 22. Cambio de jugadores.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Wirtz. Alexander-Arnold. That's Wirtz. Now it's Kane. Tries to play it through.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Szoboszlai. Kane. And it's Wirtz. Pass somewhat off target. Oh, what has happened here? And that's it. What a game, what a show. both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the